Do you suffer from low back pain or pain in other parts of your body? Could mindful awareness, mindful breathing, or mindful meditation help relieve that pain? We'll discuss how that can be done in this episode of Easy Stress Cures. Hello, Steve Carter, your host for the Easy Stress Cures podcast. I thank you for joining me. In addition to the Easy Stress Cure show, I'm adding this same information into the Mindful Way Living show. Why? Because the information is relevant to listeners in both shows. Before proceeding, just a cautionary word. The information I'll share in this episode is for, informational purposes only. Please consult your physician for any issues of concern and for any medical advice of any kind. With that cautionary message, let us proceed. In this episode, you and I are going to explore the power of mindful breathing, mindful awareness, and mindful meditation as a method to help reduce low back pain or pain anywhere else in the body. We're going to begin with a segment from another podcast that I recorded called Healthy and Happy Senior Living. It talks about the general benefits of mindful breathing, and it will also act as an introduction to a method that's been endorsed by the U.S. Veterans Administration, or the VA, for relieving low back pain. I'll have the VA documentation linked in the show notes, as well as a link to the actual episode from the Healthy and Happy Senior Living show. By the way, if you are a senior or a caregiver, I encourage you to have a listen to that show. It is designed to help seniors and caregivers by informing everyone of the latest research for senior well-being. Let's transition into the segment from the Healthy and Happy Senior Living show related to mindful breathing and the introduction of mindful meditation for low back pain. After that segment, I will return and I will walk you through the step-by-step process as identified by the VA for low back pain relief. This is a good time to bring in two other resources. In an article from Nice News Today, dated July 15, 2023, headline, Mindful Breathing Benefits Mind and Body, Learn How to Get Started. Mindful Breathing Benefits Mind and Body, Learn How to Get Started. For those unfamiliar with the practice of breath work, and I am quoting here from the article, for those unfamiliar with the practice of breath work, this may seem like overly simplistic advice, given that breathing is a fully automated physiological process. It isn't something that most people put a lot of thought into, especially in Western culture. However, a growing body of scientific research is verifying that controlled mindful breathing delivers myriad benefits for both body and mind. The article goes on to explain what breath work is, and from no less an authoritative source than Scientific American. According to Scientific American, when we're feeling calm and safe, our breathing slows down and deepens. Slow and deep breathing increases the activity of the vagus nerve, which is part of the body's parasympathetic nervous system. UCLA Health explains that diaphragmatic breathing, when the diaphragm contracts while inhaling and relaxes while exhaling, stimulates the vagus nerve and activates the relaxation response of the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest part of the nervous system. This in turn positively benefits the body in numerous ways, including reducing anxiety, depression, constipation, and enhancing digestion and mobility. Mindful breathing can be a foundation for learning how to do mindfulness meditation. Now, before you think, that mindfulness meditation stuff is a bunch of woo-woo, nothing could be farther from the truth. There are thousands of scientific studies published in respected peer review publications that validate the effectiveness for mindful-based meditation. So what about mindful meditation for chronic low back pain? In guidance published by the United States Department of Veteran Affairs, or the VA, headline for this page, Mindfulness Meditation for Chronic Low Back Pain. Mindfulness Meditation for Chronic Low Back Pain. The article goes on to talk about the fact that low back pain is the leading cause of disability. Chronic low back pain is the second leading cause of lost work time. It's common, costly, disabling, and it goes on. About 80% of U.S. adults experience low back pain during their lifetime, with 2 to 8% developing chronic low back pain. If you're in the United States, we spend about $50 billion a year on low back pain, with chronic low back pain making up about 90% of that cost. This guide goes on to explain how mindfulness meditation can be used for chronic low back pain, talks about the research, and offers guidance as to how to engage in mindful awareness. If you're suffering from physical pain, be it low back or otherwise, I would encourage you to have a look at the application of mindfulness, mindful meditation, or in the article that I cited earlier, simply mindful awareness breathing or mindful breathing. Calming mind and body calms pain. That's about as simple as it gets. Let's have a look at the document from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, or VA. The title of this document, Mindfulness Meditation for Chronic Low Back Pain. Some of the information to the introduction of this resource I touched on in my previous comments, but I'd like to add a couple of other things that are in this document. The document highlights mindfulness meditation for chronic low back pain research. There are a whole bunch of studies attesting to the effectiveness of mindfulness, mindful awareness, mindful breathing, mindful meditation. All of these methods are related, and we can classify them all under mindfulness-based interventions. And as they say in this document, mindfulness-based interventions can exert biological effects and have been associated with beneficial changes in brain areas involved in adaptive pain, stress, cognitive and affective regulation. Meditation learned skills can complement those acquired through traditional behavioral therapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which is part of an evidence-based standard of care for treatment. When you engage in mindfulness-based interventions, you are truly changing your mind, and when you change your mind, you change the experience in your body. You relate to pain in a different way. You are not consumed with the pain. You're not consumed with the ideation around that pain. You're just noticing. You're just noticing whatever is present without judgment and with no story. The document goes on under a section called Elements of Mindful Awareness Training for Chronic Low Back Pain. Many of the existing mindfulness meditation-based programs have been patterned after mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, and consist of 8 weekly group sessions guided by experienced trained instructors and daily at-home practice. I am, however, here to tell you, and I'm not reading from the document now, I am here to tell you that you can, with some simple applications of mindfulness-based interventions, you will, in all likelihood, reduce your experience of pain, and you will lower stress, reduce anxiety, and you're going to be able to function in a better, happier, healthier way. Returning to the document, a common mini meditation practice that may be helpful to implement when faced with a challenge such as pain flare involves the following steps. Step 1. Taking a moment to pause. Taking a moment to pause rather than automatically reacting to the challenge or the pain. Taking a moment to pause instead of automatically reacting to the challenge or pain. Step 2. Notice what is happening right now. Right now, this immediate moment, notice what is happening right now in your body, mind, and heart. That would include the thoughts, images, emotions, and sensations that are occurring. Notice what is happening right now in the body, mind, and heart. Step 3, focus on noticing the sensations of breathing. Focus on noticing the sensations of breathing, of the air moving or the belly rising and falling with each breath. Focus on noticing the sensations of breathing. Notice the air moving or the belly rising and falling with each breath. In other words, notice, pay attention to, be with your breathing. Simply notice the breath. Notice the process of your breathing. Step 4, expanding one's awareness to the body and mind as a whole. Expanding your awareness to the body and mind as a whole. Finally, step 5, make a mindful decision about what to do next. Make a mindful decision rather than reacting automatically. Make a mindful decision about what to do next, if anything. If anything. As you engage in a mindfulness practice, what you will find is that automatic reaction lessens. And the more that you practice mindful awareness, the less reactive you're going to be. The less reactive you're going to be to emotional triggers and to physical discomfort, to include, of course, low back pain and pain anywhere else in the body. In addition to the information here, I hope that you will spend time visiting the Veterans Health Administration Passport to Whole Health. Passport to Whole Health. Whether you're interested in health for yourself, or you are an administrator or a caregiver, even a licensed therapist, a medical doctor, this is going to be a valuable document. It is truly a plan you can implement. There is a marvelous image that is representing this entire document. At the center of the document, or the image rather, at the center of the image is me, or you. Mindful awareness is the immediate circle around you, your true self. You are in the middle of this circle. The next outer circle is the mindful awareness aspect. The immediate outer circle around you is mindful awareness, and other circles around the mindful awareness circle include moving the body, energy and flexibility, surroundings, physical and emotional, personal development, personal life and work life, your food and drink, your nourishment and fueling, how you recharge, sleep and refresh, your social circle, family, friends, co-workers, your relationships. Next, spirit and soul, whether that's religion or just straight spiritual practices. And finally, power of the mind, relaxation and healing. This document has excellent information about each one of these aspects related to your circle of health. I'll have this document along with the VA Guide to Mindful Awareness, along with other resources. They all will be linked in the episode description, or that which is also known as show notes. If you are not yet following the Easy Stress Cure Show or the Mindful Way Living Show, this is a perfect time to subscribe or follow where you get your podcasts. When you follow, you will never miss an episode. To listen to previous episodes of these and other stress-related podcasts, visit us at stressreliefradio.com, stressreliefradio.com. If you would like to be in touch for any reason, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com. Until our next visit together, your host here, Stephen Carter, wishing for you and your loved ones blessings in abundance.